Welcome to episode 36 of the Learn podcast, where first you learn, then you drop the L, and then you earn. I'm your host, Dean the Wealth Coach. On today's episode, I want to recap going to the Wall Street Trappers Trap House and seeing Trappin Tuesdays. Man, what an experience. I got so much from going there, just seeing the man's building, from where he was, from where he is now. Like, it was so inspiring. And I just want to share some notes with you guys that I picked up from the show if you haven't watched it already, and just what it has done, what has changed for me along with my mindset. I think maybe for 5 minutes he sat on just talking about wealth and just delaying gratification. Like, the longer you can wait for something, the sweeter it is. Like, you know that line that Tupac said, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice? Like, if you just let something just sit and grow, it could become something big. And on that same day that I attended, I was watching, or I seen something on Instagram that was talking about him being a part of a show. And it was showing a clip of him at an interview. And he said, you could be buried. There could be two things that happen when you get buried. You're buried because you're dead, or you get buried because you're growing. And when he said, I was like, whoa, that's true. Like, when you start off somewhere, you start from the ground up. When you die, you go into the ground. So there's two ways that you can go about this. You could either be there dead, or you can be there to grow. Like, anything that you want has to start from in the dark. It starts from you being in the ground, figuring things out, trying to grow your stem and building out your leaves. So then from your leaves becomes your branches, to the branches, the twigs to the fruits. But you have to start somewhere. And the way he was just giving off the energy inside the room, I was just like, man, like, I'm really understanding what this guy's saying right now, where it's like, turn your last name into an asset. And he has a lot of mantras on his walls, where one was, fear always interrupts legacy. The other one was, if you allow them to feed you, you also give them permission to starve you. I was like, wow. And the stuff that I've been going through in my life, it was like, I'm letting other people could dictate the way my life should be ran, instead of me running my life the way I want it to be ran. And I gotta stop doing that, because it does so much to me internally that the people around me that I love and I care for are feeling it externally. And what I mean by that is, I gotta be able to take control of my narrative. If you want to stop something, you have to pretty much hold yourself accountable. Nobody else is going to hold you accountable but yourself. Like, he was saying, his grandma went to jail, his mom went to jail, he went to jail. He said you have to be the disruptor, because he said, if I don't stop, then there's a potential likelihood that his daughter will go to jail. And he's like, I don't want that. I got to be the disruptor in my family. It doesn't matter if I'm the first one, but I have to be the last one that it carried on from. And like, he put his foot down, and like, the way he was just so passionate about it, it's like, anything that you want to do, you have to be not even passionate, you need to be obsessed with it. And when I mean obsessed, like, you lose sleep over it. Like, yo, you're just grinding. Like, your friends say, let's go out and party, you say, nah, I'm busy right now. Your family says, let's go on a family vacation, nah, I'm busy right now. Like, I gotta work, like, I'm grinding right now. You gotta be 10 feet deep into whatever it is that you want to do, especially if it's for your family and breaking a generational curse. Far too long, people are just complaining. The more you complain, the less anything happens. You have to stop complaining and take massive action. What are you going to do to be able to get out of that situation? That's the type of mentality that you need to have. And that's what I picked up from this guy yesterday. Because I remember this guy used to just come on Instagram live and just sit there in the back of his like backyard or whatever it may be, and just go on live and just talk to the people. Now he's talking to the people from a studio that he built with his team. It went from him just being one to him having a team. He said it, I didn't build this myself. I built this with you guys. It's us coming there, showing up every day, his team believing in him, everybody being in that premises. That's the same approach that you need to take when you're doing this.
Is your credit score trash? Are you tired of collection agencies calling you? Are you tired of being denied bank loans and credit cards? Well, then you're in luck. I have created an ebook that will help you repair, maintain, and leverage your credit. Don't even consider filing bankruptcy before reading this book. If you struggle with fixing your credit, then this book is for you. If you struggle with increasing your credit score, then this book is for you. If you are unsure on how to leverage your credit, then this book is definitely for you. Click the link in the bio and get the credit guide today.
Right now is the best time. The best time meaning in a recession is to invest in the stock market. Why? Because stocks are on sale. You buy low and sell high. You don't buy high and then sell low. No, that's backwards thinking. The man said, you don't fear losing money. And he was dead serious. He's like, yo, you don't fear me losing money. I'm gonna show you right now. The man went to his whiteboard and yo, when he started writing, the way he just broke it down, I was like, yo, this guy's a genius. Like, yo, what book did you read to learn this? Like, how did you learn this? He just understands the psychology of how humans think. And he said, you don't fear losing. It goes deeper than that. How many times a day, or how many times did you spend money with no return? Everybody answered, every day. He's like, you see, you're losing money every day. But when it comes to the stock market, it's a different type of feeling you get from it. And he's like, nah, it's deeper than that. He said, emotions, it's the emotions. And then the emotions lead to action that causes a trigger. I was like, yo, what? Then he brought up DuckTales, for those that know DuckTales. And he brought up Scrooge McDuck going around in a circle over and over again. He goes around over and over in a circle again because that's when he's having issues thinking or money issues, that's where he goes to think. So now imagine yourself being Scrooge McDuck trying to think of these things, right? And he said, when you lose money, you have an emotion. What's the emotion that you feel? It's like you're angry or whatever, right? And from the anger then leads to an action. And that action could be either you're spending more money that you shouldn't be spending because you're upset, you're trying to make back that money you lost. It's all a psychology thing. And it's like, if you can understand your brain and how you think and operate and can control that, he's like, yo, you will be dangerous. Wow, like, I get it. The way he explained it was just perfect. If you want to rewatch that episode, it's episode 38. So if you see me in the audience, like, tag me in the comments. But it was episode 38, like in the very first beginning. Like, oh, it was breathtaking. You associate the trigger with a trauma. It's like, it's something that your brain remembers. Like, imagine you going, it's funny how certain, like, when we're investing, it's an issue, but when we're doing foolishness with our money, there's no issue behind it. Like, you'll go and spend money at playing the lottery, you lose, but yet you're going back every week to try and win, thinking that, yeah, this week's gonna be my week. Every week you're losing money. Imagine taking that lottery money and putting it into the stock market. Do you know where you would literally make that $1 million before you actually hit the lottery? Your money will grow within the stock market. If the company pays a dividend, that's even a plus for you. So now it's growing even faster. But if you're spending $20 a week playing lottery, that's not helping you. That's not helping your situation. It's one out of how many millions of chances for you to win. Why not just take that bread and put it into the stock market? Because losing money, the feeling you have leads to an action. The action triggers a trauma from before. If you don't fix those traumas that you had before, there's no way you're going to be a good investor in the stock market. And then he gave a strategy. And I love the way he put this. Like, he brought it back to basketball. Shout out Phil Jackson, the triangle offense. And he said, if you use this, it will make you a better investor. He also said you have to fill the space that's missing when you're losing and fill your capacity. So once you fill your capacity, game changer. He's like, once you get that on track, the man said, yo, I lost $100,000, but yo, I just made that back after. He's like, I just kept going and just filling that space and increasing my capacity. If you are somebody that wants to learn, say, French or Spanish, the only word is to say bonjour, hola. Like, that's it, right? If you want to increase your capacity, what are you going to do? You're going to you can talk to somebody that speaks Spanish and try to pick up what they're saying. You can pick up a book, learn Spanish. You can get a teacher to teach you Spanish. You can pick up an app like Duolingo. This is not sponsored by them. and get that to teach you. There's so many things that you could do in order to help you get to that next level of learning Spanish. It's the same thing as going into the stock market. And he gave us the triangle offerings. Literally, he said, only buy quality companies. Why? Because if they're a quality company and they've always been doing good, they're just going to continue rising. For example, Coca-Cola. Go in history and see how long Coca-Cola has been around. If it was a bad company, Coca-Cola wouldn't be around right now, right? Now, the stock goes up, you bought it. You're feeling good, right? Guess what? Now the stock price is coming down. You're like, oh man, damn it. But if you're a long-term investor, the price coming down shouldn't be something to worry you. But the emotion behind it is my money's going down. I don't feel good. It's going back to the old trigger. You know how you combat that trigger? You buy more into that company. So now if you bought it, say at $100, just a stock in general, and now it comes down and let's say it's $75. If you buy at $75 and you had at $100 and you combine the two of them together, you get the average price of those two shares now. So now it becomes, the $100 becomes cheaper. Yes, the 75 becomes more expensive, but it meets in the middle. Now say it goes down to 50 and you buy another one. Because you're buying when it's on its way down, it's literally chipping away at that feeling of how you felt before when it came to invest, or when it came to when you bought the top of the stock and it's coming down. Because now look at it this way. When that starts to come up, you had it at $100 and it came down to 50. But now as it starts to come up, your break even is not at 100. Whatever 50, 75 and 100 is, as you get there, let's say it's $80. As it hits $80, you're at the break even. When it gets to 100, you're in the plus now. So that's how you need to look at it when using the triangle offense. So, but before you buy, I'm not telling you to buy, but he is saying, find reasons why you're investing. How do they make money? When it's on sale, you buy more. If you don't understand how they make money, then that's not something that you want to touch. And then the last reason was, find a reason not to buy the company. If you can find a reason not to buy the company, then you can literally just stay away from it. Like if you don't understand the business, then that's a sign for you not to touch that company. Then another interesting fact that he gave is the market goes up 76% of the time. So if you bought a good company, it goes up, comes down, it's eventually going to go back up again. You just need to make sure that you're in the game to experience the ups and the downs. When you're feeling those downs and you're buying more, when it comes up, you're going to feel real good about yourself. And it's going to take away that feeling that you had before when you were investing. So that was pretty much the rundown of all the information that I took in that I want to share with you guys. Because remember, this is the Learn podcast, where first you learn, then you drop the L, and then you earn. So if you found value in this video, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, sign up for Apple Podcasts and Spotify and download the Learn podcast. And if you found value in this video, make sure to type earn in the chat so I know that you watched till the end. And I'll see you on the next episode.